Hi guys, so I've been out recording field recordings like a lot this year, and a lot of the sounds were from bamboo trees, and I've just compiled like all of the samples of bamboo into like one folder from all the field recordings. That includes from like Sounds of a Forgotten World, and all the other little sample packs are uploaded onto my Patreon this year. That's all links right here and down in the comments. But the bamboo sample pack you can go grab on my Patreon, and I'll just play you some of the sounds from it. So that's this is bamboo in water, like water coming out of a bamboo pole. So this is up in the mountain forest, the very mature bamboos, like with the wind blowing through them, they seem to communicate to each other. I think it'd be cool to put this sample in a granulator. So I'll grab Max for Live granulator. So let's throw it in there. I could sample that. Okay, cool. So we've been recording for a bit, and let's take a look at our sample. So something really good to do with dub techno is use a vocoder on a dub chord to make, on a field recording to make dub chords. So let's grab a vocoder here. And something you have to do first is to send some audio into the vocoder. So we get a synth. We just grab wavetable. And I'll just go for a saw wave here. And make sure the sustain's turned up. Maybe give it some unison. And just go ahead and put in a chord. We just use the chord device because I just want like minor triad chord, so I just find it easier just to use this device. And turn the volume down on this. So we don't want to hear that synth, we just want to hear the effect it has on the vocoder here. So here in the vocoder, select external and audio to come from wavetable. So I've just selected a portion here, and what I'm doing is warping it so it's like onto grid. Cool. And let's have a look at the vocoder device here. Turn the mix down so we just got the bamboo. Could be good to have it around 50% so we can actually hear some of the bamboo signal coming through. And we can play around with some of the settings here. It might be cool to modulate this format. We could do that with a envelope follower. Let's get a Max for Live envelope follower. What we want is audio envelope follower, and this will follow the contour of our bamboo sample. So if we press map here, we can map it to format. Let's just turn the amount up here. We're getting a nice bit of modulation there. It's not so static anymore. And a really good thing to do with the vocoder is to go and play around with these EQ bands here. And let's play around with the release. And the attack. And we could go into the wavetable here. And maybe pitch it down an octave. So let's go and edit this clip a bit. We could go into the envelope editor of the clip here, and here we can get pretty creative with modulating parameters of the bamboo sample. So if we go up to here, we can select our source for the modulation. I want the clip. And we could do some cool stuff like modulate maybe the volume. Something I like to do is unlink it, so that the automation we're about to do can run on its own timing. So we could give it a really tight little loop. And for instance, make this like 16th notes, right? And we can make like hi-hats by modulating the volume. We could make it 132 note. It's kind of cool. To duplicate that and do a little editing here. So you can get really
precise, and basically everything in Ableton has an MSEG envelope. So you might think operator is like quite a basic synth, but if you were to utilize the MSEG envelopes, you have a lot of flexibility within Ableton. So let's have a look at something else we can modulate in here. We've done the volume. We've got no other options, okay? Because I've set the repitch mode to the warp mode to repitch. Okay, so let's leave that. Let's have a look at mixer. What we could automate here is maybe the track panning. Let me change the panning mode to split stereo. And this way we get more realistic panning options. So let's choose the left split stereo, right? And this time I won't unlink it, I'll just keep it fixed to the bamboo sample. And let's modulate the right split stereo. This time we could unlink it. Nice. Kind of a polyrhythmic vibe. Let's keep going with this. We could have a look at the envelope. Let's have a look at the vocoder. We could automate a parameter in here. What about the release time? That could be a good thing to automate. And we've got these cool little shapes here we can drop in. So if I was to highlight a section here, like that, and I select like a shape, let's select a different shape. And let's bring it up. We could duplicate that envelope to here. That's working pretty nicely. We could unlink it. Do something like that. And let's put some more effects on here. So the echo device is a really great device for dub chords. So let's drop that on there. Give it some reverb. And let's have a look at the filter. could give it some filter modulation. That's using the LFO on the filter, but we could give it an envelope follower if we turn this all the way up. So the incoming signal will modulate the filter. I kind of like just the LFO. Let's go have a look at the character section here. One thing which is nice to do is to use the ducking. So the incoming dry signal will duck out the delay and the reverb for a moment, kind of like side chaining. Let's try that. I find this works really well for more extreme settings. So if you were to have that and have the reverb turned right up, it's kind of a more dramatic effect. Turn the feedback right up. In this context, I'm going to get rid of that and get rid of the ducking because we've got quite a complex signal already, and it might be a good idea to keep the delay fairly simple. One thing we could do is nudge the timing of one of the channels. Let's try that. Helps to spread the sound out, or you can get, if you push it really far, interesting rhythmic delays. Well, I'd like to keep it more simple. Round about there is pretty good. Let's try a longer decay on the reverb. More reverb. No, I'll back it off to where it was. Let's get a phaser and put it on here. So one plugin I've kind of been enjoying recently is the Full Bucket Phaser, which is a free one from Full Bucket Music. They make some pretty cool stuff over there. I recommend you go check their delay out. They have a Bucket Brigade delay. Let's have a look through the presets. And let's firstly put the delay, let's put the phaser before the delay. So what the modulation goes into the delay and like rings out over time. It can sound really good. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Just try turning the mix down a bit. Yeah, I like that. And we'll put some compression on here. So it can be good with compression to give it quite an extreme amount to begin with. So you can hear what's going on and then back it off afterwards. What I'm going to do is give it a slow attack, right? So it's slow enough to let like the initial transients through. But then give it like a slow release too. Something like that. And we could have a look at the EQ here on the compressor. We have an input EQ. And we could roll that right up so that only the high frequency transients are triggering the compressor. Something like this could work. Let's just back it off a bit. It's a bit too much. Bypass it. Yeah, that's working pretty nicely. Alright guys, that's it for now. Please join me again soon for the next installment of this. I'm going to be basically making a lot of music just with these bamboo samples. Just having fun with it, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you found that useful. I have more exclusive content on my Patreon, Ableton live sets, samples, much more. Please go check that out. That's all linked right here and down in the comments. See you next time. Peace.